Launched in 1990, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air dazzled audiences with Debbie Allen's dynamic direction in the pilot. It was the spark that turned Will Smith into a household name. At 22, Will Smith skyrocketed to fame as the charming, street-smart Will in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. His infectious charisma and quick wit made him the heart of the show, blending humor with heartfelt moments. A rapper before acting, his theme song became iconic. Interesting fact, Will improvised the emotional "How come he don't want me, man" scene, stunning the cast with his raw talent. Now in 2025, at 56, Will Smith remains a global superstar, starring in blockbusters like Bad Boys, Ride or Die. He's producing, mentoring young talent, and exploring VR projects. Despite past controversies, his resilience keeps him a Hollywood titan. At 45, James Avery became a household name as Philip Banks or Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. His commanding presence as the stern yet loving patriarch balanced humor and heart, guiding Will through life's challenges. A classically trained actor, his deep voice and Shakespearean gravitas elevated every scene. Interesting fact, Avery's military service in the Vietnam War from 1968 to 1969 shaped his disciplined approach to acting. James Avery died on December 31, 2013, at 68, from complications following open-heart surgery. His legacy endures through tributes like Avery Fest, an annual festival in his hometown, and heartfelt cast reunions honoring his impact. At 19, Alfonso Ribeiro brought Carlton Banks to life in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. His preppy, nerdy charm and iconic Carlton dance to Tom Jones' It's Not Unusual stole scenes, blending comedy with heart. A seasoned dancer, his moves defined pop culture. Interesting fact, Ribeiro was already a Broadway veteran, starring in The Tap Dance Kid at age 12. At 53, Alfonso Ribeiro thrives as a host, charming audiences on Dancing with the Stars and America's Funniest Home Videos. He directs TV projects and embraces fatherhood, while fans still recreate his legendary dance on social media. At 11, Tatyana Ali shone as Ashley Banks in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her sweet, evolving character captured hearts as she navigated adolescence with Will's guidance. A natural singer, her on-screen performances hinted at her musical talent. Interesting fact, Ali recorded a duet with Will Smith, Who Am I?, for her 1998 album Kiss the Sky, showcasing their real-life bond. At 46, Tatyana Ali thrives as an actress, producer, and singer, starring in TV movies and advocating for education equity. She's a devoted mom and runs a production company, blending her creative passions with social impact. At 24, Karyn Parsons dazzled as Hilary Banks in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her portrayal of the spoiled yet lovable socialite brought wit and charm, making Hilary a fan favorite. Her comedic timing stole scenes alongside Will. Interesting fact, Parsons was a dancer before acting, training in ballet and modern dance, which influenced her graceful on-screen presence. At 58, Karyn Parsons shines as an author and producer, running Sweet Blackberry, a nonprofit sharing African American history through animated films. She writes children's books, acts occasionally, and inspires with her storytelling passion. At 42, Joseph Marcell embodied Jeffrey Butler, the sharp-witted butler in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. His dry humor and impeccable delivery made Jeffrey's quips iconic, stealing scenes with his deadpan charm. A seasoned stage actor, his Shakespearean roots added depth to the role. Interesting fact, Marcell performed with the Royal Shakespeare Company, bringing classical gravitas to the sitcom's beloved butler. Now, in 2025, at 76, Joseph Marcell remains active in theater, performing in London stage productions. He guest stars in TV shows, mentors aspiring actors, and delights fans with Fresh Prince reunion appearances, his wit as sharp as ever. At 42, Daphne Reid debuted as Vivian Banks in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1993, though not in 1990 as she replaced Janet Hubert mid-series. Her warm, nurturing portrayal of Aunt Viv brought grace and strength, balancing the Banks family dynamic. A skilled photographer, her artistic flair shone through. Interesting fact, Reid was the first Black woman to win Miss Bronze America in 1966, showcasing her trailblazing spirit. Now, in 2025, at 76, Daphne Reid thrives as a photographer and actress, exhibiting her work in galleries. She mentors young artists, produces short films, and cherishes Fresh Prince reunions, embodying timeless elegance. At 34, Janet Hubert originated the role of Vivian Banks in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her vibrant, no-nonsense portrayal of Aunt Viv brought warmth and authority, anchoring the Banks family with grace. A trained dancer and singer, her stage presence electrified scenes. Interesting fact, Hubert's Juilliard training shaped her dynamic performance, making her Viv a standout in the show's early seasons. Now, in 2025, at 69, Janet Hubert continues acting, appearing in shows like Pose and General Hospital. She's an author, advocate for mental health, and reconciled with Will Smith in the 2020 Fresh Prince reunion, inspiring fans with her resilience. At 5, Ross Bagley charmed audiences as Nikki Banks, the youngest Banks sibling, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air starting in 1994, though not in 1990 as he joined in Season 5. His adorable energy and natural chemistry with Will Smith lit up the show. A child actor, he also starred in Independence Day with Will. Interesting fact, Bagley's real-life friendship with Will Smith led to his casting, making their on-screen bond authentic. Now, in 2025, at 36, Ross Bagley has stepped back from acting, working as a real estate agent and DJ. He occasionally joins Fresh Prince reunions, delighting fans, and focuses on family life. At 25, Jeffrey Towns, known as DJ Jazzy Jeff, played Jazz in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. His cool, wisecracking vibe and loyalty to Will made Jazz a fan favorite, often hilariously ejected from the Banks mansion. A Grammy-winning DJ, his music career with Will Smith amplified his charm. Interesting fact, Jeff's real-life DJ skills were featured in the show, including scratching records in the theme song. At 60, DJ Jazzy Jeff thrives as a world-renowned DJ and producer, performing globally and mentoring new artists. He creates music for films, hosts online DJ workshops, and joins Fresh Prince reunions, still spinning with flair. At 24, Nia Long captivated audiences as Lisa Wilkes, Will's love interest, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air starting in 1994, though not in 1990 as she joined in Season 5. Her chemistry with Will Smith and confident charm made Lisa a standout. Already a rising star, her poise elevated the role. Interesting fact, Long's role was inspired by her real-life friendship with Will Smith, adding authenticity to their on-screen romance. At 54, Nia Long shines in films like You People and TV series like NCIS, Los Angeles. She produces, advocates for women in Hollywood, and balances motherhood, remaining a timeless icon. At 36, Vernee Watson brought warmth as Vi Smith, Will's mother, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her recurring role showcased a loving yet firm parent, grounding Will's journey with emotional depth. A veteran actress, her stage and TV experience shone through. Interesting fact, Watson won 2 Daytime Emmys for General Hospital, a testament to her versatile talent. At 71, Vernee Watson continues to thrive, appearing in shows like Bob Hart's Avishala and Young Sheldon. She mentors actors, supports arts education, and remains a beloved figure, with fans cherishing her Fresh Prince reunion moments. At 20, Tyra Banks sizzled as Jackie Ames, Will's feisty ex-girlfriend, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1993, though not in 1990 as she joined in Season 4. Her bold energy and chemistry with Will Smith electrified the screen. A rising supermodel, her charisma hinted at her future stardom. Interesting fact, Banks was scouted for modeling at 15, and her Fresh Prince role was one of her first acting gigs, launching her TV career. Now, in 2025, at 51, Tyra Banks reigns as a media mogul, hosting Dancing with the Stars and producing projects. She teaches at Stanford, advocates for body positivity, and raises her son, still a trailblazer. At 33, Jennifer Lewis brought fiery energy as Helen Smith, Will's tough-loving aunt, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her recurring role delivered bold humor and heart, stealing scenes with her commanding presence. A Broadway veteran, her vocal power and charisma shone. Interesting fact, Lewis sang backup for Bette Midler before Fresh Prince, showcasing her musical roots. Now, in 2025, at 68, Jennifer Lewis remains a powerhouse, starring in Blackish and voicing roles in animated films. She's an author, mental health advocate, and performs her one-woman show, inspiring audiences with her unapologetic spirit and infectious joy. At 65, Virginia Capers portrayed Hattie Banks, Will's wise and sassy grandmother, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her recurring role brought warmth and wit, grounding the Banks family with her no-nonsense love. A stage and screen veteran, her commanding presence elevated every scene. Interesting fact, Capers won a Tony Award in 1974 for her role in Raisin, showcasing her theatrical prowess. Virginia Capers passed away on May 6, 2004, at 78, due to pneumonia. Her legacy lives on through her trailblazing career, with fans and peers honoring her contributions to theater and television. At 37, Charlayne Woodard sparkled as Janice, Will's lively love interest, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1990. Her radiant energy and natural chemistry with Will lit up her recurring role, blending charm with emotional depth. Interesting fact, Woodard's Tony-nominated performance in Ain't Misbehavin' showcased her dynamic stage talent before she joined the show. At 71, Charlayne Woodard continues to shine, starring in Glass and Pose. She mentors young performers, graces theater stages, and champions diversity in the arts, remaining a vibrant force in entertainment. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.